Good morning, everybody. This is Burke Lyle here. It's a little after 8 o'clock here on Saturday morning. And yesterday, or Thursday night, I was not in a good place to record. Neither was I yesterday, and last night was too late. So we're about 48 hours away. And look, there's not much sports news going on right now, but I'm here to talk about how the National Hockey League, the NBA, and the MLB are all suspended right now. The MLB is on a 2 week delay. We're on the other side. March Madness has been canceled, but I happened to be watching ESPN last night, and there were reports of a potential 16-team alternate tournament. But we don't know anything right now. Maybe things will change. I don't know. But just as of this moment, we are about 2 days removed from March 12th of 2020, and when I came on about 48 hours ago, I didn't know anything. I just knew the NBA was suspended, but I figured these other leagues will follow. But just right now, and look, I'm trying to be as honest as possible. I've read some things in the Athletic right now. This is the worst time in sports history, obviously, and maybe even in American history. I mean, this might, while I feel fine right now, I know I'm not getting the virus. I'm not too worried about myself. There are many people out there that will get the virus. And you're thinking there's nothing to do, there's no sports. Do I want to walk around New York? Seriously, no. New York City is probably one of the most dangerous places right now, along with Washington, D.C., really every city in America. And look, this broadcast is my intention. This is coming to people all over the United States, sports fans everywhere. Whether you're a Kansas Jayhawk fan or a Washington Nationals fan or a Yankees fan, whatever, there's so many teams out there. Sports is shut down, and what this means, well, obviously, the leagues, yeah, sure, they might be losing money temporarily, but that's not the point. Just this virus, which, granted, I was listening to talk radio a week ago, like, maybe this is overreaction. What are they doing? Stop overreacting. This is not a big deal. That's what it seemed like to us as the American public. And we made jokes, oh, the Bud Light virus. Oh, I said the Budweiser virus. I don't think I'm going to get the Budweiser. Net. Look, this has turned into just one of the, yesterday, the President of the United States declared this is a national emergency, state of emergency, wherever schools are closed. Everything is closed right now. So as of right now, I don't know what to do. The sports world is shut down, and look, I don't know how long this is going to last. This may last for a month. At least, probably 2 months. This Major League Baseball season, the 2020 season, this was supposed to be, look, we are just 12 days away from what would have been opening day. This right now, because you think about this stretch we're in right now. March 16th was supposed to be the day I made my NCCA tournament bracket. And that did not happen. And it will not happen. I thought about making a fake bracket just for fun, just to predict who would have won the tournament. Of course, I have no idea. That tournament's impossible to predict. Or, it's supposed to be March Madness this week, and then MLB was supposed to follow during the Sweet 16, the Elite Eight. And after that, it would have been opening day, and then the Stanley Cup and NBA playoffs would have started. It's supposed to be the best time of year where where sports is at its highest point. You got your baseball back, and then the NBA and NHL are going strong. Both leagues going head to head in ratings to crown the league champion, and then obviously you go to college side. The College World Series. You have all the Kentucky Derbies. It's championship month. And now all that's gone. Everything. And sometimes, there's so many nights in sports, I think, oh, there's this good NBA game on. There's 2 good NBA games on. But there's also the Washington Capitals are playing. Oh, this is going on. Oh, good college basketball. There's an overload of sports. I can't watch everything. I have to pick and choose. Or, I can't watch this NBA playoff game live. I want to watch this Stanley Cup playoff game. Oh my goodness. Oh, I might miss a little baseball. I might have to miss a little baseball so I can watch the NBA and Stanley Cup playoffs. Oh no. Well, you think about the overload. That's not an option now. There's no sports. And we think about it after September 11th, sports became a huge factor. Everybody was just happy to watch sports again. Do something normal again. And sports has become so normal in our society. Think about every day of the year there's sports except for during that 3 day period during the MLB All Star break when the sports world is probably at its quietest, or maybe at times in February, right around right after the Super Bowl. And you think, it's a little slow, but right now there's nothing, and there won't be anything again for at least a month because the NBA, they're on a 30-day hiatus. So that means so they won't resume until about 4 weeks from now at the earliest, and probably later than that. That's probably a reevaluation for them. National Hockey League's probably in the same boat. Major League Baseball is delayed by 2 weeks, so that means let's just say April 9th is the best case scenario. Probably later than that. Mid-April, late. I mean, who knows? The players will be out of shape, not physical shape, but just game playing shape. They can't play any games. I mean, maybe they scrimmage at their complexes, or I bet the players just want to. Maybe many of their players will go back to their home cities. Who knows what is going on right now? And look, this is just this is just again, this is one of the. I never thought it would come to this. I mean, a week ago. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you what I did last week. So I may be on radio. I may be on air a lot. This is Berkeley Sports Talk. I didn't. I was gone. I spent some time in Florida, visited family, went to spring training, and where I was at the Pirates spring training game. When I found the news, just the sports world is done. Really was, I was walking out of a Rays Red Sox spring training game down in Port Charlotte, Florida, when I heard the news the NBA was shutting down. That was the first domino, by the way, NBA players. Rudy Gobert, which was apparent 48 hours ago, and also I came on right before this happened. Donovan Mitchell also has the virus. So again, sports talk radio is going to be very slow right now. I mean, yes, they will go in. They may provide updates and stuff. But for the most part, you may have to get creative. You may have to do some things you never did, like ranking shows. Like, for example, you may have to, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like content, I don't know. I'm going to have to make some stuff up. It's not like there's, or again, I want to tell you stories as a DC sports fan or whatever, or even locally here. It's like, the Hawks and Wizards are both on. I'm going to have to kind of choose which one to watch, and I'm going to have to set my priorities straight. Can't do that. Or, Caps and Wizards, I'll have to watch the Caps first. Can't do that. Can't do any of that. And just for me, like I said, sports has been pretty much all I've known since I was 10 years old. And really the last 4 years, I've been talking sports for years. It's been what I've done at night. It's been what I've done in the day and night. It's been what I've studied. I've become obsessed with. To the point where I said, you know what? This is not some hobby. This is my livelihood. This is what I want to do for a living. And right now, it's challenging. You think about all the sports talk radio stations. You're going to have to get creative, and eventually there may be some dead air. Will there be dead air time? I don't know. Since, again, I don't want to be too repetitive, but in a week from now, the NBA season is suspended. We get it. March Madness is canceled. We get it. That's the thing about the sports world is, you can't get too repetitive, and just everything around is canceled. High school sports, college, professional, really society shut down, man. This is one of the while I feel better than I did say 48 hours ago, just when you talk about just talking about what's going on, trying to be natural about everything. Hold on, give me about 10 seconds. I want to change something. I guess it didn't do any good. I wanted to turn the light on. It didn't do any good. So anyways, things right now are very different than what they were potentially before. It's going to be an adjustment period. So again, what am I going to talk about? Even now I'm struggling to find words. The leagues are canceled. We get it. March Madness, I heard a lot of people talking about this, and I felt the same way. You got to feel for those seniors who were chasing their dream for an NCCA tournament championship. That's not happening. Their careers were just ended. And now the question is, this will be a huge deal, say in sports like baseball, softball, or really the spring sports, is what to do with their eligibility. because I really don't know what's gonna happen with their eligibility as of this moment, or in any other case. So I don't know. I don't I, I don't know what's gonna. Just so again, I feel bad for those athletes because think about you arrive as a freshman as a college basketball player. Your dream is to play in the NCAA tournament, maybe even win it. But those kids who maybe finally got their opportunity, it's not happening for them. You feel for the kids. You know, this is just bad news, man. Everything. This is like 1994, 2005, 2012, where there was 11, 12, where there was two lockouts in 1 year, NFL, NBA to the NHL, to all the strikes put together, to everything, to what happened after September 11th in the sports world. Obviously, may not be quite as bad, like at least instantly, as September 11th. This is just my opinion. If you disagree with me, that's fine. But just all this time, sports was lost. Um, this is worse than all of them together. This is just this time period right now will be the worst period in sports history in general. I mean, look, we talk about this show, how much fun we've had. This YouTube channel, and this used to be a podcast, and this video is video only. I might go outside and certainly do some recordings for sure. But as of right now, I'm recording indoors. But look, this channel started about 6 months ago. I told you who I am. I'm a Nationals fan. I'm a Capitals fan. I'm a DC sports fan. I like the Ravens. I was looking forward to, just 2 weeks ago I was talking about Chase Young, where he might go in Washington, big DC sports store. I was talking about, welcome to Washington, Ilya Kovalchuk, win the cup for Kovalchuk. Now, gosh, I don't know when the Capitals will play again. I really don't. Or whatever, we're talking about the Nationals, think about it. Remember when I was at the Nationals parade? It was now 19 weeks ago. I was at the Nationals parade. This was a gathering of hundreds of thousands of people who were all in close quarters, of course. Something like that can never happen in our current state right now. So you think about it. Sports, right? The Nationals won the World Series. That same weekend, I was at Capital One Arena on November 1st to see the Caps Sabres. The next day, I was at a parade with hundreds of thousands of other fellow Washingtonians and Nationals fans, probably from all over the country. And the decision that night was, do I want to go to the Wizards game or not? Crappy game against the Timberwolves. I shouldn't really care that much. The Nationals just won the World Series. Then the very next night, I was at a Capital One Arena where the Capitals were honoring the Nationals. Sports, man. I was at the Capitals parade 2 years ago. It was all about sports. That weekend was pretty much all about sports, man. And now, there is no sports. There is zero sports right now, or whatever. Or you think about the overload of college football and basketball games on many Saturdays in the fall and winter. You don't have that right now. So my Saturdays and Sundays and Mondays and Tuesdays, I don't know. One thing I'm thinking about doing is, there's plenty of good 30 for 30s. I might do 30-30 because it talks about specific moments in sports history. One thing I'm thinking about doing, and I don't know if it's going to work, is I'm going to do 30 for 30 reviews and just maybe talk about 30 for 30's particular moment. This is something I'm thinking about doing. I don't know. Obviously maybe I can, but look, like the rest of the sports world, sports talk radio, I'm going to have to be creative. I'm going to have to try to do things. I might do a fake March Madness bracket. I'm thinking about it. It's going to have a hard time working since, again, I don't know if you can actually print out a bracket. This is just a possibility. I don't know. Look, I said this on Thursday, 48 hours ago. I'm going to say this again now. I really don't know what I'm doing. In fact, this video, sure, I've read some stuff, but this video is just coming on to don't want to address the audience. I'm not the President of the United States. The job of the President of the United States, whether we agree with him or not, is much, much harder than what I do. I'm just a sports fan coming on here and talking about events. There's no pressure for me. If you don't like the video, that's okay. but this video is just kind of not as much as the last one, but kind of so. It's really on raw emotion, just talking about what's going on right now. And yes, cities will be empty around the country. Think about great cities like New York, Washington, all the great cities in the Northeast Corridor and West Coast and around America and even around the world that are sports towns are empty right now or are going to be pretty empty. There may be some, as far as New York City, I've heard the subway's still running. I guess so people can pick up essential items like from the drugstore or from grocery stores, but that's just about it. So just everything's shut down, and this is what it's going to be like for the foreseeable future. And look, just if you want to hear more about this politically or whatever, I'm not the source for this. Go to people on YouTube who are politics experts or TV. You're right, but look, this is just everything is just. This is not normal right now. This is not normal. Okay, I mean, think about it. Like you think about the normal my routine every day. I'm always going through the sports world, and sometimes I think, maybe there's 15 baseball games. Do I really want to go through 15 baseball games? Is that too much? Last Saturday there's 10 National Hockey League games and 8 NBA games. Maybe, I don't think I have time to go through all of them. Maybe just need a quick look, right? And it just becomes our regular everyday schedule, right? Or you're like, you know what? I've had enough sports for the night. I'm not going to watch this 10:30. It just, you don't have that now. You don't have that now. And granted, for a long time, I just knew sports would be there. Like, I looked at schedules. Like, I looked at I was looking forward, okay, on this night, it's Caps Penguins. I'm looking forward to that. So what's gonna be on April 4th in sports? What's happening that day? Probably nothing. What's happening on May 23rd in sports? You know what? I could look at the MLB schedule and say, I don't know. I don't know anything right now. And look, this may just be the beginning of everything. This may just be the beginning. We have probably reached ground zero. And what's going on? The sports world is at ground zero. Society is at ground zero. We are only entering the beginning times, my friends. This is just the beginning. And look, millions of people are impacted. Sports announcers, you think about all the people in sports this week who call games regularly. They're not doing that right now. They're off. Sports talk radio hosts right now just have to, like me right now, they just have to, look, it's one thing, what I do, is I make many days I make 20-minute videos. That's easy. But if you're a sports talk radio host, imagine for 3 or 4 hours every day for the next month trying to come up with stuff over and over again. Like, there's nothing. Look, and even like college football stations, college football is shut down. Zero recruiting from now until then. I guess one thing to potentially look forward to is NFL free agency. So yes, this may be something for me to talk about. This may, I may right now have to read about the NFL right now. Because the NBA, nothing. The NHL, nothing. Well, Major League Baseball, nothing. The NFL right now, it's funny. Well, yeah, it's just kind of, I kind of use, NFL free agency is also going on in addition to the start of March Madness and NHL and NBA games. And the NFL is still going on. As of right now, the NFL is really front and center once again in the month of March. When the NFL is usually not at the top of our priority list, right now it is front and center. So yes, it could be fun. Maybe next week we'll find out where Tom Brady lands. I think NFL free agency will go on because obviously it will just be over the phone basically. And that's what I believe is going to happen. So that'll be something to talk about next week some too. And look, I'm not going. I'm training to do this very thing at school. I really want to join the radio station. I was about to join a sports announcing team and go out and call games. That's not happening. I'm going to be at home all week. Pretty much everybody I think sports talk radio hosts will go out, do their shows, come home. It's not like they'll have games to attend or games to watch or anything. So again, everything is shut still. So again, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe watch 30 for 30s. I've put off for years. I really want to get through the Rocky series. I started watching it right around the time of the Super Bowl. I'm in the middle of Rocky 2. I may watch all that series he's got game, all these sports movies that I put off for years and said, I don't have time to watch it. There's just too much going on. Well, if there's any time, it's now. My Nationals DVD. Look, the Nationals are still world champions for a little longer, but just that doesn't seem to matter too much anymore. Maybe for an hour or two, some days I can still celebrate. But look, I've said this and I've thought this for weeks now. Probably since right around the 1st of March. I'm ready for the new season to start, and that's not happening. Look, I, you know, I don't know what else to say. There's no sports. You know, society's shut down. Everything's shut down. This is usually some videos are scripted. Many of these videos will be mostly, I don't know, they may be unscripted. Maybe I'll just tell some old sports stories or go through sports history, do videos on that. But right now, the news is not coming to me. There's no news coming to me like every day. Like, uh, Trent Williams has been traded. Let's use DC Sports. Oh, Bradley Beal scores 50 again, yet the Wizards lose. Oh, Alex Ovechkin again. Oh, like, okay, how I felt a week ago. I was concerned about the Capitals. I was watching Pittsburgh. I was like, I don't know, how good are the Capitals? I don't know. Oh, the Wizards are done. That's what I thought. Might as well just enjoy them a little bit while I can. Oh, the Nationals getting ready to begin the new season. I've just about moved on from the previous season. It's time for the new season. Whatever now. Look, again, I'm gonna have to be creative. I'm gonna have to step up more than ever. This is not what I signed up for, but I'm in the same boat as everybody else in the sports media world. Burke Lyle Sports Talk right now will continue. I will do my best. When I come on and what I talk about each day, I don't know. It's going to be, it's not going to be, this is going to be unpredictable. I will try to keep making videos right now. And years later, we will still be talking about this. But for now, just hang tight. No sports, no nothing. What I'm going to do today, I don't know. What I'm going to do tomorrow, I don't know. Each day is going to be different for me. And one thing we might do is, we'll watch ESPN for potential updates. And maybe we'll provide some videos on updates. We will monitor the situation as close as we can. But for now, there are no games to watch. There's no, it's like if all the leagues right now are on lockout right now. Everything's on lockout. That's the way it is right now. I might, so who knows? Well, again, thank you for listening. This is Burke Lyle. This is Burke Lyle Sports Talk. And we will see you next time, when that might be. I'll probably make a few videos next week, each week, and maybe, who knows, this is uncertain, so just be prepared. This is uncertain. But no sports, and we will see you next time.